Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Brittany and I go through the tools and systems marketed to photographers. And then together we break them down to see what works and what might be a waste of your time. If that sounds helpful, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. I've looked at CloudSpot a handful of times at this point, and I've always been impressed with their system. They're primarily a client gallery service with store capabilities, and they also have a studio manager, which is their client relationship management tool. Recently, they have gone through some changes that have really shaken things up in an unexpected way with the free tier. So what I wanted to explore today was what's changed and how those interested in trying out the system can make the best use of the free tier for testing. First things first, we gotta look at the newly designed pricing page because this is where we get an early idea of some of the major shifts. The layout now makes it appear like there are two categories, gallery only and full suite. The first two tiers offer minimal gallery space with no studio manager access, and the other three offer a big jump in storage amounts, zero shop commission fees, and full access to the studio manager. But depending on the type of photography you do, there's not really a choice between just having a gallery or getting the full suite. These are all just standard growth tiers that come down to how much storage space you need for your business. And if you pay for the larger tiers, you'll just so happen to get the studio manager. CloudSpot themselves even call the studio manager free, which is a very interesting way to describe something that's only available in paid tiers. The structure change is actually a pretty significant one from how CloudSpot used to work, and I do want to talk through this a little bit. Because previously, all tiers had access to varying levels of the studio manager, including the always free tier users. Now, you have to commit to a monthly paid plan starting at $17 a month before you can see if the studio manager would work for your workflow. This creates a barrier for photographers who might already be using a different gallery and CRM combo. If they start looking at switching services and come across CloudSpot as a potential alternative, the upfront investment needed starts making CloudSpot a harder sell. That photographer would need to decide whether it's worth paying for two systems simultaneously just to test if the CloudSpot Studio Manager might fit their needs. For a lot of people, that financial overlap, even if it's just temporary, could be enough to skip CloudSpot entirely and look at competitors who let their users trial the entire system upfront. The gallery and print shop are still free to try out, which is fantastic. But if you're evaluating CloudSpot specifically because you need an all-in-one solution, you can't get to testing the full package without first making some level of investment, which is a scary leap of faith that some won't bother with regardless of how small the investment amount may seem. Anyway, actually getting into the system as a free user, there is a beautiful dashboard layout that's colorful and pretty fun. It does have a lot of bits and bobbles for the studio manager, which unfortunately is just another reminder of what us freebers can't try out. But we can use the to-do list feature, so there's a little something for our organizational brains to play with. We'll be focusing on our store and then the gallery, and when it comes to our store, there's really not many limitations for us. There is a 15% commission fee, but there's no setup issues or things we're locked out from in our side menu or when making our price sheet. The store setup as a whole is really simple, quick, and I can move through the available options pretty seamlessly. It took almost no time at all to get my catalog created, shop selected, autofulfill in place, and unleashed onto the products to update the pricing and options. I'm also really happy that the catalog of print options provided by the print labs are pretty diverse. There's the standard prints, mounted prints, canvases, albums, and cards, which for me is what a majority of my clients are looking to purchase. If you are someone who easily gets intimidated by setting up shop price sheets, CloudSpot does have a great system to make the process not as overwhelming. Moving to the main event of our free account, galleries. This is where we hit some limits. Things like branding, watermarks, and the amount of published galleries we can have all sort of shape what we can do as free users. There are two ways to max out our free tier gallery. We either publish 3 galleries or we hit 5 gigabytes of storage, which we can check our usage of in plans and billing. If we want to stretch our gallery usage because we're part-time and still figuring stuff out, we could remove or expire galleries to get some space back. The unfortunate thing that could throw a wrench in that plan is that we can only allow our clients to download social media resolution images with the free tier, which is not something the pricing page lists. And when I do click on the upgrade account button, there's really nothing to indicate to me that the entry tier would include full res images either. I could make a guess, but I shouldn't have to. I'd love to have that added to the pricing page so that no one is left guessing. And just in case you're curious about the print quality when using the free tier, the images used when our clients order prints are the original resolution images we upload. So as long as we exported and uploaded high quality images, the prints should also come out high quality. Otherwise, we are able to make our client galleries a beautiful, functional space for our clients to view and purchase prints from. And the gallery can also support up to 3 video embedded links. So if you provide a hybrid photo/video experience, you can test that all out with just a free account. While we can certainly make the gallery and store work fairly well for us and have an experience that is very pleasant, easy, and quick to process, I feel like CloudSpot as an entire system is a little tricky to work with when using a free account now. I really can't help feeling a little disconnected when using this system, and that might be because when I first logged in as a free user, the view I had was of a dashboard that was 92% unusable for me. Actually, that is exactly what is keeping me from fully connecting to the system right now. I want to separate out the 2 major areas I can use, the gallery and the store, from the major one I cannot, the studio manager. But when the presentation is like it is, that's sort of hard to do. The system feels closed now. Exclusive in a way that makes me, as a tester, feel like I don't fully belong or like I need a fast pass in order to really enjoy my time here. I can certainly see the potential for the all-in-one workflows through testimonials and examples, but I don't get to get in there myself and create something that is uniquely my own anymore without a monetary exchange. And I find that really unfortunate. But that is just my personal opinion, and I can kind of maybe in some universe understand why CloudSpot would make this decision to take away something from the free users. But then, as a consumer, it's still kind of a bummer. But of course, I do respect if you see things differently than I do. And I hope that through watching this video, you can get an idea of how the free side of things in CloudSpot works now, and that you can feel comfortable getting in there yourself and making the system work in the way you need it to before you have to make any investment decisions. Please let me know how it goes for you in the comments. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really enjoyed going on this freebie field trip into CloudSpot, and if you did too, I hope you will consider liking, subscribing, and hitting that bell so that you can be in the know whenever I release something new. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.